What happened? Man. Alright, well. Hello, wait. Yeah, there. Hello. Hello, everybody. It's Monday already. It's Monday already. Why? It is hot for a lot of people. Especially in Europe. I hear, unfortunately, people are not doing well with the heat. So I'm sending cool thoughts, even though I'm in a relatively hot state in the US. I'm still sending cool vibes. I'm blowing my AC towards you guys. Everyone who is sweating and burning and not having a nice time. It was 90 degrees by 9 a.m. I decided not to mow the lawn today. Yeah, if you're gonna do it, you gotta do it before the sun comes up at this point. How are you guys doing? What's up, Red? I haven't been like advertising my lives and stuff too much, so I'm pretty much just kind of streaming to people who are already following. So apologies, I don't have any sort of system to let people know that I'm live, but I appreciate you guys coming out, everyone who is here. I got a gift in the mail yesterday, and it's super cute. It's in the shape of a star, and it has little, I don't know if you'd call them holographic. It's like silver-ish, but it shimmers in like kind of rainbow colors. Stars all over. I have it's a block of acrylic wood in the shape of a star, and then it's got tiny little silver shiny stars all over it, and it's got little metal keys, kind of like the inside of a piano. And it is a musical instrument. They call it a kalimba. And I will share it with you. Let's pause the music. Okay. Tell me, wait a second. You should not be hearing music right now. Give me a moment. Here we go. Just listen to the background and tell me if you can hear this. Maybe if I move it this way, it's better. It's a kalimba! Oh my god! It's so cute, it's so little, it's so pretty. And it was a gift from my Throne account. And when I tell you, Amazon is fast. I swear, it was gifted to me like the day before yesterday, and then I got it yesterday I noticed it in the evening, so I unpacked it and I took a couple pictures of it. I half-assed tried to tune it, and then I practiced one song. I only know one song, and it's not even in its entirety, but I wanted to hang out, chat a little bit, and let me double check that. I think YouTube and Twitch is working today, right? I hope so. I hope so. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I'm super excited about it, so we're gonna chill. And in solidarity with all of my hot friends around the world, I've turned my fan off and my AC is a little low. Mainly I did it so that there's not a lot of background noise because I took off the noise suppression and I want you to still be able to hear everything and not have it all cut out. I took off like the noise suppression and the noise gate, and so I had to turn off my fan so you don't hear that in the background. I'm sure you'll still hear some stuff in the background, but hopefully it's not too bad. And then you'll be able to hear the music and my breathing. But yeah, so I will be burning up along with you guys. But this thing is so cool. It's so cool. But yes, before I embarrass myself by playing the only portion of a song that I know, I wanted to hang out and chat, get a little update in your lives. What's going on? I have some plans. Today, I will be visiting my grandma, and there's a friend of the family who wants to visit with us, but she said she wanted to go over the weekend, and we didn't go yesterday. So I don't know if she's gonna come with us today or not. But I think I told you guys how I bought some little tags for my grandma's clothes, because every time I go, she's wearing someone else's clothes and some of her clothes are missing. So I took this teeny little cute little iron, and these tags I got off of Etsy, and I brought them over and I knocked all of her shit off of her table, and then I put her clothes on there. I, unplugged somebody's life alert to plug in the iron and let it warm up. And then I marked her clothes. I marked territory. And it worked pretty nice. So hopefully they're supposed to stay for 24 hours before they get washed. And then it's supposed to be machine washable. So we'll see how that works out. Hopefully her tags are still there when I go visit her today. If they are, it's probably because I didn't wash her clothes, to be honest. I don't know what goes on when I'm not there. Yeah, unplugging life support. Kamineka OX. How are you doing? Gosh, my voice seems kind of hoarse today. What's up? Let's redeem water, shall we? Ah, good. Yeah, so my Kalimba's super cute. Let me see if I can pull up a picture of it. I have it in my little Mimi's corner, but I don't think a lot of people are in there. I know OX is in there. Okay, let's open this. Drag it over. Can you see it? This the Kalimbi. This Kalimbi. It's in the shape of a star, and it's got little holographic stars on it. So it's all twinkly. Zendone, hello. Alright. Shall I embarrass myself? Shall I play the only song that I know? I don't even remember it all. I just have been practicing it, so Some of you, if you're in my Mimi's Corner, you've already heard it. I tried to upload audio to my Ko-fi, but I think they want like a percentage of donations in order to allow me to upload just a plain audio file, which is typically why I'll add like a picture in the background and upload it to YouTube as a video and then share a video because that doesn't cost anything. I think that's pretty weird, but I have no problem with donating proceeds. It's only like 5%, which is typically like the transaction fees for anything you do online. That's not the problem. I just think it's a little bit weird that they're like, hey, pay us money in order for you to share audio. Like, oh, maybe it's because we upload it to their servers. I think that must be what it is. We have to upload the audio and they're hosting it. So they're like, nah, you got to pay us for this hosting fee. Eric Chambers, good day. I missed your session today. Apologies. I didn't wake up till like, I don't know, 6 o'clock. I went to bed quite late. Abel and I had been gaming last night till like after 3 o'clock in the morning. It had to have been after 3:30 in the morning. And so I got maybe 2.5 hours of sleep. So that's probably why you still hear the sleep in my voice where it's like, So you were super late. I obviously was super late too. But yes, I hope it went well. We're talking about Mimi using instruments to embarrass herself. Yes, Zan, yes, that's where we're at. Yes, hello. A Kalimba. Did I spell it wrong? Kalimba. Did I spell Kalimba wrong? Bitch. Well, I spelt it right on Twitch. I spelt it wrong on YouTube. Hi, yes. My instrument is called a kalimba with a B. Thanks. I'm so glad you caught that. Great. Yes, so we were playing Humanity last night. I just hopped in by myself. I was just going to do a couple things, do a couple like side mini quests and stuff. And Abel came in and was like, Mimi, I missed you. Let's do a thing. And so I was like, all right, cool. So we were running around and I forget what we were doing. I think we were looking for traders because we have so much stuff. So I was trying to get rid of some stuff and trade for better things. Like if we have like playing cards, those are not actually usable in the game. So let's trade some stuff. If we have 50 hammers, let's use and trade some of them. Let's get rid of some of the things for the quest items, all that stuff. That's what I was trying to do a little bit. And so I think Abel was leading me to some trader locations, but really it was like the locations that have a bunch of NPCs and most of them are side quests and not actual trader where they have items you can trade, but they did have like one trader in it. So we went to this place and on the way it was this huge clear out process. And then right when like we kind of clear and we're going to the police station, some bandits come and they start shooting at us. So we shoot back at the bandits and that alerts another horde bigger than the horde we just cleared. And we cleared a huge horde. My horse almost died. My horse was like 5% health, if that. And I jumped on the horse it was surrounded. Am I too loud? I'm so sorry. My horse was surrounded by zombies and they were pecking and gnawing and scratching and biting at my horse. And you just hear my horse, and I'm like, this my poor baby. So my horse is almost dead and I book it. I run into the middle of this pile, this horde on my horse. I jump on the horse and we jump and get out of there and we make it just barely. And so my horse heals over time. So I got my horse back to maybe like half health. And then we start clearing the zombies again. And we clear them. And this is when we went to a police station somewhere. I'd never been to the police station. And Abel's like, yeah, they have secret loot at the police station. I don't know why I'm making sound like that. He sounds nothing like that. And I was like, all right, cool. So we go. And that's when the bandit thing happens. The bandits come. We shoot back. A horde is alerted. Now we have to run around the buildings on my horse, my little dog trying to like nip at ankles on the way. There were so many, and they just kept coming and coming and coming. So I'm like just running, having them chase me, and then hitting the ones with the oxygen tank so they kind of blow up, which creates more noise, which brings more zombies. It was a huge debacle of epic proportions. It was kind of crazy. I almost wish I were streaming, but I ended up making a stupid decision and getting off of my horse because I thought we were near the end of the horde, and we weren't. I cleared out one, and then they were attacking my horse again. So I tried to get back on the horse. The horse dies. Oh, so now I have no way of getting out and running around. I'm on foot. And the running zombies, they get to me, and I just, die very close to where my horse was, and all the things that I had in my horse saddle, gone. It is what it is. So I spawned back at the base. I put a car together, and then I drove back out to the location to like pick up the saddle of my fallen friend. So we lost Cow. That was the first horse. The second horse was Jackson, because I've been on a Michael Jackson kick a little bit. And now we have to go for a third horse. And I think Abel lost his horse as well. But on the up and up, we found... Oh, I had like 20 freaking pounds of animal fat for oil on the horse, gone. And then it was 5 slots, so it took up 2 slots. And then I had things on the other 3. Do I remember what they are? No. They were really heavy. I think one was a can of fuel and 2 other things. So probably like a really heavy sledgehammer or a really fat, juiced up gun. Gone in a matter of seconds. But we found a bunker. The loot inside was lackluster. It wasn't super impressive. I got a couple cans of food, some ammo. But it was it might be a cool side base or something, like if you were in a public PvP server or something like that. It might be kind of cool. Hello, everybody coming in. Twinkly. Zaid Element, hello. So I've got my Kalimba, yeah? Now that I've told you the story. The crazy story. There's a couple crazy stories. There's some things that you guys have missed, but, maybe we'll get into it. There was a horse in the field behind our base. Okay, cool. Thank you, Zaid. Yeah, we lost 2 horses, so we're going to have to go out and get 2 more horses. And then I think it's winter now, so it started snowing. And I think that's what killed me, because for whatever reason, certain seasons, so like if it's a rainstorm, like the environment kills my computer. So I was super laggy, and my game kept freezing for a second, especially while I was driving. And so for me, I still hear the car moving. My whole screen is frozen, but I'm actually not moving. So when it comes back, there will be a mini horde of zombies surrounding the car. Thankfully, I'm safe in the car, but if I weren't, so that kept happening. I had to restart at one point because I lost my dog. I would try to TP the dog, it wouldn't work. I would whistle for the dog, it didn't work. So I relogged, and then the dog was there. And then I came back, and then I died, and then I relogged to try to get... I didn't relog, I respawned, got the car, and then Abel was driving at one point, and I crashed. It just kept freezing. But I was like, he's driving, so it should be fine, right? No, the whole game just froze and crashed. And at that point, I was like, it is after 3:30 in the morning. I think it's a sign I'm going to log out. But yeah, the winter time, for whatever reason, when it's snowing, when it's a blizzard or a storm, my computer feels it. I don't know if it happens to anybody else. Play woman for free when you demand and yell at me like this first thing in the morning. We're supposed to be chill and relax and calm. I think stalling us. Yeah, I'm giving people a chance to come in, you know. You've got to give people a chance to come in. Well, it has been 20 minutes. All right. Here we go. The only song that I know in the kalimba right now that I can remember. I just learned this, so I'm probably gonna fuck it up, but we're gonna try it. We're gonna do it until we get it. All right, we're doing it live. Ready? Here we go. I'm clearing my throat like I'm gonna sing. I'm not singing. Here we go. Wait, can you hear this? Is this a decent volume? I think you're stalling. Yes, I am. Here we go. Okay, good. Ready? I'm scared. Fuck. How's that? You know, yeah, it could be better. It could be better. But like, it's not bad. It's not bad. Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. It's not terrible. That was one of the Zelda songs. Lost Woods. I just think it's so relaxing and so calming. Thank you. So hopefully I get better at it, more confident, less mistakes, and I can just chill, you know, have some wind in the background, some crackling fire or some ocean waves or some raindrops, and just, you know, here in the room chilling, listening to the kalimba. Fuck, I messed up already, but you get the idea. Play Thunderstruck. Here, wait, let's see. What are some easy songs? Like maybe, like little kid songs, like Mary Had a Little Lamb or Hot Cross Buns, or what do people play? What's that wedding song? How does it go? Hold on. Hold on. It literally goes down the scale, but in a rhythm. So it's just like that, but it's like, instead of, it's like, right? So. And then, what's next? Hey, not bad. Okay. Joy to the world. Okay, let's try it again. Let's see if I can do it without like safe. What's up? How you doing? All right, one more time. Um Oops, fuck. Fuck. I have a really hard time not cursing when I mess up. I want to get it right on the first try, you know? Hold on. One more time. Ooh, bitch. Who is she? Is she a professional already? What? Oh, who? Oh my god. Joy to the world. You're welcome. What else? How does hot cross buns go? I don't even know if that's the right notes. Why is cursing a problem? I mean, because I'm trying to be calm, trying to be relaxing, you know? And I'm trying to play like a pretty instrument. And then when I mess up, I'm just fuck. Like I've got Tourette's or something, you know? So, oops. What else? What other songs are there? What are like really, really, really simple songs that a lot of people know? Like maybe Happy Birthday? How would that go? Oops. Hold on. We did not bad in the beginning. Hold on. Oops. I don't know the notes. I'm just trying to figure it out. Okay, one more time. I don't know how it goes. Fuck. Ah. Fuck. Where's the next note? Okay, let's start over. Let's see if we remember what we've learned so far. Fuck. Fuck. We got this. What's the next note? Is it like a half note? I can't do a half note on this. That's probably why it's not working out. Oh, I can't do happy birthday. Oh, well, we got the beginning. Yeah. Easy, fun. Let's make some shit up. No. Thank you. That was called, I don't know what the fuck I'm playing. Happy birthday to you. Is there anybody's birthday? Who has a June birthday? Do you have any June babies out there? Happy birthday, Mr. President. Why? Does that work for people? Does that work for people? Isn't that kind of how Marilyn Monroe? Happy birthday, Mr. President. Is that how she sang it? Or was that like Anna Nicole Smith? Anna couldn't sing, could she? Anyway, yours was on the 15th, Red. That's right. I think Red and Anthony, who else? I think y'all are June babies. I know a couple others, but I don't want to call them out just in case. Et al. It was Marilyn Monroe. Oh, Marilyn. Ayo, Marilyn Monroe. Y'all, we watched a movie. We had a movie night yesterday. What was it called? Talk to Me. It was called Talk to Me. And we had a little discussion afterwards. I really enjoyed the discussion part. It's so fun when somebody is passionate about something, and to hear them talk about something that they're passionate about, you can just see, I don't know, I find that interesting in people. And so we had a few passionate speakers last night. 70 degrees in Ireland. I'm sorry. I don't know what that is. I don't know if that sounds fun or not. My condolences, unless it's good. Omni, hello. I'm end of May, no June baby here. The discussion was better. Yeah, we had a few people who weren't too into the film itself, and I understand because I was definitely not immersed. Like Eric said he wasn't immersed, and I was not immersed either. I was the person who was doing so much talking in the side chat. And I'm normally not someone who yells at people in a film, especially not if I'm in the theater, but on Discord, I think that shit's fine because someone can minimize it and it doesn't have to be distracting. So I think that's totally fine. But Man, when I say some people are stupid, but like, I understand there's underlying messages, and so it was more fun to try and break that down and just try to relate to it in some way. Like, for example, when I was younger, I was also stupid. I wasn't that stupid. However, I did also get into shit in a similar way. And so there were a few ways that I could relate to it without giving the plot of the movie away. I will say, as a kid, I watched The Craft and I really thought I could lift someone up by saying, light as a feather, stiff as a board, light as a feather, stiff as a board. So, like, but it didn't work. It didn't work. But that would be so crazy if it did. I genuinely thought it was going to work. But it was one of those things where it's like, oh, there's at least one person who doesn't believe or who isn't doing it right. That's why it's not working. All of us, we literally took our pointer finger and our middle finger on both hands, stick it under somebody who's lying on the floor, on the ground, and then we close our eyes and we're supposed to say, light as a feather, stiff as a board, and they're supposed to like raise up, but it didn't work. It's only in the movies. Marlin, like Nemo's father? Hello there, hello. Gomi, Amani, good morning. On Twitch, we got some Twitch people. Just got your wisdom out on Friday and you got dry socket. Were you drinking with a straw, Gomi? How did you get dry socket? Did you gargle? Did you use mouthwash or something? What did you do? Are you a smoker? Those are all the things they tell you not to do when you get your teeth pulled, Betty. Don't do that. I'm so sorry. Were you chewing gum? Are you a bubble gum smacker? Or no? You swallowed super hard. Oh, my poor baby. I'm so I don't know what that's like because I've never had dry socket. I've had teeth pulled and I was worried about getting dry socket, but two. Is it all on the same side or both sides of your mouth? Poor baby. No. How do you heal from that? What's the next step? Had to go back and they put some metal gauze? Metal gaze? They put metal in your mouth because of dry socket? Oh my gosh. That's scarier than the film we watched yesterday. Listen, y'all need to take care of your teeth. That is one of the worst things. The worst kind of pain you can have is in the mouth, in the back, in the feet. Those are the the things you need to take care of. Take care of your feet, take care of your teeth, take care of your back, the spine. Lift properly. Bend at the knees, bend and snap. No. Like they use a metal thing to put medical gauze in. Oh my days. The film wasn't scary. I don't think it was scary either. No, it wasn't. It wasn't scary as in like jump scares and whatnot, which I actually appreciate because, again, I don't think it was meant to be that. I think maybe it was more of a thriller than a horror or gore, I don't know. I got bonked. Thank you, TBF, for the bonk. Hello. You got all 4 out and 2 of them have dry socket. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm sending you healing thoughts. Element says clove oil helped the last time. What movie? We watched a movie called Talk to Me. I'd seen only the trailer before, and it looked like an interesting film, but I never got around to watching it. But they hosted a thing last night, so I did watch it, and we talked about it a little bit. And for me, I am somebody who I enjoy things based on who I'm around, and I feel like I was around good people yesterday, so I enjoyed the experience. Even if it wasn't like the best movie in the world, it wasn't awful either. I didn't think it was terrible. However, I was mad. I feel like I was mad for a lot of it because it was just like, when someone makes stupid decisions. And I mean, again, there wouldn't be a film if there wasn't conflict, right? If there weren't people making dumb decisions, there wouldn't be a movie typically because everything would be fine. So I understand, but man, were some people so freaking difficult. It was a little bit painful to watch in some parts where it's like, really? 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 Should we try to learn another song on Kalimba? I wonder what are easy songs to learn. Maybe we can open up my boob tube and see. Easy Kalimba. Let's see. Should we do a short? I'll click on a short clip. Happy Cat meme? What is that? Pirates of the Caribbean, Radiohead, Soda Pop. Oh gosh, that's funny. Let's see. No. I don't like it. Oh! Oh, I don't have a space for my phone like that. That's wicked. Oh. Ooh. No, that's too hard. Do they hate me? I can't hear my own kalimba over it. I can't hear my own kalimba over it. Hold on. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This is so pretty, but really hard. That's really pretty. I had and still gotta worry about my Lone Star tick bite last week. Go me, you and I've been eaten alive. I think I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, at least 9 bites on my body from something. At first I thought it was a mosquito. But I could never find it. I could never see it. I didn't see anything flying around in my room. I'm the only one who's getting eaten. There's nothing in my mom's room. And yeah, it was just happening a lot. And then we had the house. Do I call her housekeeper? I don't know. But she comes every 2 weeks to help us clean the house. So she changed my bed sheets for me. And since then, I don't feel like I've been bitten. And so it's been maybe 3 days that I haven't been bitten. And so it made me think, do I have bed bugs? And I'm freaking the fuck out. What if I have bed bugs? Oh, this is the worst. I don't have money for a new mattress, And we just had the exterminator come. So we had spiders, we had wasps, and some fruit flies. And so he was spraying for that stuff. And he sprayed my windowsill. He sprayed around like any places that kind of lead towards outside, the kitchen, the garage. He did a perimeter around our house. Like, he did a good job, but I was getting bitten, and so I was like, I might have to call him back. However, I stopped bringing in trash. I'll never stop bringing in the trash. Trashlings assemble. I think whatever he did must have killed whatever it was, because I haven't been bitten in 3 days. So hopefully it's not a bed bug. I like pulled the sheet up to see if I could see anything. I didn't see anything. And my bed it doesn't have like the same sort of seams like old standard mattresses do. So it didn't really seem like there was any place for a bed bug to really hide. I didn't see any blood spots anywhere from like if they've been squished or, like I didn't see anything like that to give the impression that I have bed bugs. So I don't think I have bed bugs. I haven't been bitten in 3 days, but man, the last week was terrible. Terrible. I did not enjoy it at all. And they still some of the bites are still like bumps on my body. They're still a little bit discolored, like a little red. They still itch. They still sting. I've been trying to keep them clean. I've been putting all types of things on my body to ward any sort of mosquitoes off of me. So I hope it was a mosquito, or whatever it is dead. I've seen a couple little dead things at my windowsill. So fingers crossed that whatever that was is what was biting me and it's gone. So hopefully I can be a happy camper again. But, the weather's been kind of crazy. It's been raining a lot. It's also been hot. And so rain brings things like mosquitoes, like any sort of pools of water and stuff like that. So I'm assuming that's just what's attracting everything, and fingers crossed they go away. I think I'm going to go to a corner and cry now. Nor. I had a good time. It does bother me when someone has to drink this stupid juice for the plot to proceed. Oh, squishy. Yeah, but this is the thing. Like, in reality, this film is set around a group of teens, and most of them aren't actually friends with each other. It's just like, we go to the same school, and maybe they're all in a small town, so it's like maybe everybody knows everybody, I don't know. But there's a few kids who are doing stuff, kind of doing their little voodoo or their things that they shouldn't be doing, messing around in realms that they shouldn't, and they're doing it for fun, for the lulz, for social media, for the likes, for entertainment. It's their form of, getting high while being too young to actually get high. So it was interesting. There's a chance for the allergy, just hoping. Fingers crossed we don't have allergies. I need to get tested, actually, because imagine spending your whole life being allergic to something and not realizing that that's what's been causing any sort of issues that you've had. So for me, I was born with asthma and eczema, and a lot of those are typically tied together. If someone is born with asthma, or if someone's born with eczema, they're more likely to also have asthma or develop it, and also possibly even have things like not be good with dairy, or dairy's not good with them. They might have like a lactose intolerance of some kind. So I had a lot of ailments as a kid, and it could just imagine if like the things that I experience like with my skin, what if I don't have eczema, and what if I'm just having like allergic reactions to shit that I'm putting on me or in me? So it's very possible. I've never got an allergy test, so I should probably do that, don't you think? Zendo says, I just went to the movie to be around who was there. The movie was okay, but the conversation was great. Yeah, exactly. Super clever. I hope you don't get alpha-gal. What are we talking about? What's alpha-gal? I got bit from doing yard work. Yeah, ticks. Yeah, they're, yeah. Is it on your ankles? I lived in Tennessee once upon a time for like a year. This is shortly after my stint in prison. And I heard of something that's similar to ticks, but they're called Chigger, I think. I don't know. Like, I know it's not a bad word, but it sounds close to a bad word, so I don't know. They're bugs that burrow in the skin and can like lay eggs and shit. And so people would like try to like force them out by blocking off the oxygen. And how do they do that? They would do things like paint nail polish on their skin, and then you would see them like crawling out and stuff. Sorry if you're squeamish, I'll stop. But I learned about those. Thankfully, I personally didn't have an experience like that because I wore socks up to my knee balls. There's no way I want any of that. But yeah, there are bugs that will burrow in your skin. Talk about nightmare fuel. Yeah, they bite and itch and are horrible. See, they know. I know. So if you're a city girl or a city guy and you're used to living in a concrete jungle, and then you go out in the wilderness and live in the real world in a place that's a small area where like hummingbirds and deer will walk up to your freaking doorstep, yeah, there's also ticks. There's also all kinds of insects and snakes and critters out there. So, spaders. TBF says, I had scabies once. What is that like? Disgusting, says Omni. Scabies will make you question if you really need skin after all. Huh? Omni says, if mosquito bite, heating the fuck out of the wound with the mosquito bite healing-majigs actually works rather well. Burn it out. Okay, say less. They were all awful people. Don't look up how they used to get rid of tapeworms. I'm looking it up right now. Humans have been trying to evict tapeworms for thousands of years, usually with a mixture of observation, herbal remedies, and spectacular optimism. Parasites have always had the irritating habit of refusing to cooperate with folklore. Here's how people used to do it: fasting and purging. Many ancient cultures believed starving the tapeworm and then taking strong laxatives would flush it out. This sometimes expelled pieces of the worm, but often left the head, called the scolex, attached to the intestine, allowing it to grow back. Parasites, the original tenants who never returned the security deposit. You can tell this is AI. And I have my AI kind of be like sarcastic, so here we go. Herbal treatments. Various plants were used because some contain compounds that actually affect tapeworms. Male fern extract was widely used in Europe from the Middle Ages into the early 1900s. It could kill tapeworms, but was also toxic to humans and occasionally caused blindness or death. Pomegranate root bark contains alkaloids that paralyze tapeworms. Pumpkin seeds have been used in traditional medicine in many cultures. They may have mild antiparasitic effects, but they're much less reliable than modern drugs. Areca nut was used in parts of Asia, but can have significant side effects. Mercury and other toxic substances. Before safer medicines existed, physicians sometimes prescribed mercury compounds or other poisonous chemicals. The tapeworm wasn't always the one having the worst day. The bait method. In the 19th century, some doctors recommended fasting, then swallowing warm milk or other foods to lure the tapeworm toward the stomach, followed by a purgative or extraction attempt. There's little evidence this consistently worked. Was that any of the ones that you said I shouldn't look up? Eric, you know me. Listen, you guys, anytime I tell you guys not to do something, you do it. So I've just adapted, you know? We've adapted. Owick says if you get bitten by a tick, you should keep the tick and bring it to the hospital. You might need antibiotics. As someone who does yard work a lot, I have to deal with bugs a lot. Hello, demon. Welcome. You should have just not said anything, Eric. You knew it was going to happen, you monster. Last week I had to rip the rooted vines and stuff off of my grandpa's shed roof. It was shaded and cool, perfect for roaches. Kid you not. While dealing with it, hundreds of roaches and beetles, some in my hair too. Go me. You know, I used to find those videos where people clean hoarders' houses fascinating. I still do. But I used to consider doing it. I was like, do I think I would be able to do something like this? And the answer is no. The answer is absolutely no, profoundly no. If I had to deal with hundreds of bugs and beetles getting in my hair, if I had to deal with being around feces or other bodily fluids and God knows what else, rotten foods and flies and all kinds of stuff, you know, as kind as helping someone in need like that is, I'm not entirely sure that I would be able to do it. I just don't know. How many people in here would be able to do a job like that? I mean, bugs don't bother me in that sense. Like if I'm going into a place and I'm wearing proper gear, I think I could do it. But you know, it's just a matter of like, you don't want to take any of that stuff home with you, especially when we have a lot of things that are traveling now, like COVIDs and stuff like that. It makes you nervous just a little bit. Ticks can transmit Lyme disease. That's very true. There's a lot of people who have Lyme disease. A lot of celebrities, actually. Not a lot, but enough. What's her name? Avril Lavigne. She's a Canadian pop rock artist. She had Lyme disease, or has. I don't know if it ever goes away. The tapeworm that crawls up esophagus and comes out the mouth. No thanks. That doesn't sound so bad, says Zen. Gomi says, I personally can do it, but I would hate it. I felt disgusting getting the roaches and stuff all over your face and stuff. Yeah. I would definitely have to have proper protection. Like one of those full body suits or something. I'd have to be a bubble boy. I put on disposable clothes, threw them out after, always do. That's smart. It's always piss and shit and mold. Ammonia, rot, dust from human and animals, and depending on the state of the building, like if there's lead in the paint or if if it hasn't been properly taken care of, you can have things like black mold in there, all types of things that can definitely affect you. And if it doesn't affect you right away, it could affect you at any time later. So yeah, asbestos, delicious. I love to spread asbestos on my toast in the morning. Insects and arachnids are fascinating, but not when they are touching me. Exactly, Omni. They can stay very far away from my personal space. If you wear those clothes home, you can exactly go, because some of them are really small and you never know. You might not yeah, I don't want to chance that. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Like, I worked in the food industry and I always went home smelling like food. So imagine if you're doing something like cleaning homes like that, or God forbid, there are people who deal with waste. What is it called? It's not called toxic waste, but when it's like, unfortunately, when a human or an animal passes away, it becomes a different territory, and that needs a special crew to clean up that has a special smell to it, and it sticks to you. And yeah. Start a new reality show called Oops, Arson. We have a town named Asbestos here. They changed the name a few years ago. They changed it to asbestos from something else, or they changed it from asbestos. Medical waste, biohazard, yes. Gomi says, when you eliminate bugs or are in an area around bugs, wear disposable clothes and keep your stuff away from the area. All it takes is one bug for an infestation. It's very true. It's very true. Yeah, I think it's probably normal for most people to think they couldn't do a job like that. But it is absolutely fascinating watching it on screen. To see the state of some people's homes where they are living, you know, and a lot of it has to deal with trauma in people's lives that, you know, either they're underdeveloped in some way that's had them like that. They're experiencing negligence. Not negligence. What is it? Is negligence the right word? Like, let's say a child is not being taken care of by their parent. What is that called? There's a word for that. Maybe it is negligence. Or like a sudden trauma. Like, let's say you go to war and you come back, you're a little bit hardened, you're not always the same. And yeah, you're definitely affected mentally, physically, and so much more. So I can only imagine what some people must be going through when they are living in that sort of state. Negligence is right. Thank you. For me, I've definitely gone through bouts of depression. I haven't been like clinically diagnosed or anything, but I'm sure of it because for me, I can understand when I watch shows like Hoarders Buried Alive, there's a part of me that sees myself or sees like my future, where I'm like, if I don't change, that is my future. If I don't make certain changes, because for me, when I'm in a more of a depressive state, it might not show outwardly, like I might be masking, or I don't know the right terms, but you know, I still have happy moments, but deep down, like at the root, I'm actually depressed, and it shows physically on my body and in my surroundings when I'm not doing good, which is why I pay someone to come in every 2 weeks to help clean up. One, because it's, you know, it's a house and I have multiple people that I'm taking care of. And because of that, and because I don't always have all the spoons every day to take care of myself, let alone 2 other people, like a lot of things get left or neglected and just I don't ever get to it. And so it's such a huge help to have someone come in and help clean up the house a little bit, because a clean home helps me have more of a clean mind. So it's not fun. You know what it reminds me of? What's that guy on Austin Powers? I think his name is Fat Bastard or Fat Albert or something. What is his name? Fat Bastard, right? And there was a point where he was like, I'm unhappy because I eat, and I eat because I'm unhappy. Like, it's a cycle. As silly as that movie is, as that film is, like some things are actually really profound. And I was like, damn, Fat Bastard doesn't lie. Like some people are in a cycle like that where you are unhappy because of something, but that something is happening because you're unhappy, right? I do drugs because I'm unhappy. I'm in pain, but I'm in pain because I do drugs. You know, like it could relate. Like everybody could find some sort of way to relate like that. And I was like, damn. So, yeah. While my surroundings have never been as bad as anything that I've seen on Hoarders Buried Alive, I can absolutely see it happening, you know, especially like with my grandma having dementia, like as it was slowly progressing. She had 30 plus years of worth of things in her home in Canada when we downsized her to come here to Florida. So we went over there and I told her for months before going, we're coming, you've got this many months, you got 6 months, now it's 4 months, there's 2 months, we're coming next month, Grandma. And when we got there, nothing was done. And then she had one of those moments where she's very attached to her things. She's like a pack rat. She has a lot of things. Anything that she has, if it's not broken, she wants to save it because it still has use. She can still use it one day, but it's something that she doesn't ever use. And it's like, you could give this away. You don't have to keep it. You know, it can still be useful, but it's someone who's actually going to use it. Do you need 3 lifetimes worth of rubber bands? Probably not. If you're not using them, out of sight, out of mind. And I get that from my grandmother. And I don't know if I'm worse or not, but I definitely see myself going in that direction. And so when we went to Canada, we had to downsize stuff. There's only so much space that we had. We got there on a plane. You know, I can't bring 30 years worth of stuff on the plane back home with me. Plus, we were living in a place with multiple people. So she's not going to be alone. So we can't just have all of her things in the house, right? So we downsized. We went through stuff and my grandma wanted to go through every single paper and it was hard for her, which is why I told her months and months and months in advance, you need to start going through your things because when we get there, we're only there for a day or 2 tops. And we're packing up what we can and we're getting rid of the rest, you know? So I gave her plenty of time, plenty of advance warning, and she didn't do it. And so it was very much like an episode of Hoarders Buried Alive when people come in and they're ransacking your shit. They're going through all your things and determining for you if this is going to be a keeper, something that gets thrown away, or something that gets donated. But I know that's hard when you're attached to something. For example, a lot of people on that show, like they've had a loss of some kind, maybe a family member, maybe a spouse, maybe, you know, a friend or something. And a lot of the things that they have might not even be theirs. It could belong to someone else. And they're not around anymore to go through their own thing. And it's the only thing that you have that connects you to them. You know, but a lot of people, the way they take care of their things in that sort of state ends up being a fire hazard or a health hazard of some kind. Some people hoard pets, and sometimes those pets multiply and end up being too much for one person to take care of, especially if you have depression. And then some of them die and you don't know that they've died. You don't know where they are because you have so much shit. Like, and that's bad, you know? Even if you have good intentions, sometimes that doesn't work. And that's not nice, not good. But anyway, I will stop rambling. TBF says, I can't see myself working outside physically due to heat alone. My brain turns to soup. Yes, it gets really hot. And that's hard. But I live in a hot place, so I just have to get used to it. Just had to do the accent, didn't you? I did. I'm unhappy because I eat, not eat because I'm unhappy. Omni says so bloody real, though. If the temperature is too high for me, which I have a very low threshold for, I will perish. Y'all are dramatic. I like it. I just have that keep all my shit out in the open organization. Sure, I tossed the screwdriver on the desk weeks ago, but I know exactly where it is. That's me, Red. That's me. And you know what I call that? I call that organized chaos. Everything is everywhere, but I know where everything is like this. If someone else comes in behind me and starts moving my shit, I know where nothing is now. And again, I think that might have to do with ADHD brain, you know, having a neurospicy brain like that. We have object permanence sometimes. So if we put something away, it no longer exists. So then when we need it and we can't find it, guess what? We have to buy another one. And then we put that thing somewhere. And then when we need to put it away, when we're looking for something else, that's when we find things that we needed however long ago. Oh, I was looking for this. That's me to a T. I get called lazy a lot, and I don't think I'm lazy, but I understand how it can be perceived that way. I think a lot of people who have ADHD are perceived as lazy. Some I would assume are, but I think a lot are not. I think it's just something different in them. I don't know. What would you say that is? What is that? Thanks to packing stuff up, I finally refound that one Warhammer book I once bought. You want to know another thing, y'all? Okay. All of my things do not have a specific place. Some of them do. Like my keys will typically always be in this place or this place, right? I tend to keep them in my purse or by the door, you know, like when you're leaving, so you don't lose it. But when I need to find something and I've packed it away, I end up making a fucking mess. I tornado my room to find one thing. And it's so annoying. Oh my gosh. I have to unpack everything to find one thing. That's part of the problem, which is why I want to start practicing more of a minimalist lifestyle. I would never be a minimalist. However, I do want to start practicing some of those things where, I don't know, I got a Marie Kondo by my shit. Does this bring me happiness? I don't know. I'm not attached to things physically. It's just, I also don't like to throw things away if they're not broken. And I get that from my grandmother. 100% I get that from my grandmother. But yeah, with the whole laziness thing, right? I think it's like an executive function sort of situation where it's like, I'm really good at starting tasks, you know, but my attention sort of shifts to something else. I've rolled a 0 in distraction resist. I am incapable of resisting distractions, unfortunately. Hi, Anthony. And so that affects my organization. That affects how, I don't know, my brain's just wired differently. So, also time, what is it? There's like a sense of time. I don't know why, but I have such a shit sense of time. Like, especially like doing my crafts and things. I like to make things. I'm a very hands-on person, and being a crafty person, I have all types of crafts and shit every fucking where. My hobby is learning new hobbies, unfortunately. So I have almost every kind of craft in my house. Am I doing all of them at once? No, but I have them for when the time strikes, when the mood is mooding. But time blindness, thank you, Squishy. I have fucking time blindness, and it's the worst thing ever. It could be something as simple. It could be something simple, but a lot of times it just fucks me over all the time. For example, if I'm working on a project, And for me, I like to do independent contractor type of work, where I am the boss. I get to choose who I work with. I get to choose what. I get to choose the price. When it comes to pricing something and estimating how long a project is going to take me, I never get it right. I constantly underestimate how long something is going to take me to do, and it is so fucking frustrating. However, the caveat, I guess, is that I tend to work well under pressure. So it still works out. However, it's not fun. It's not easy. I don't know if that's laziness, but maybe, because like I said, at the last minute, when I realized, oh, my deadline is like tomorrow, I can hyper focus the shit out of something and literally work like 8 hours straight, no sleep, no eating. What, you know what I mean? Like I'm in a hobby or a game that I love or something. I can hyper focus, but you can't always choose what you hyper focus on. And that is the problem. I want my superpower to be hyper focus on what I want, when I want, not hyper focus on this fucking mobile game while I'm on the toilet. Why the fuck are you doing that? Why is that my superpower? I don't like it. Why did I watch this stupid AI commercial and decide to download that stupid app and play the stupid game that gets me nothing for 10 hours? Why is that what my brain decides to hyperfocus on? Ugh. You have to be interested in it. Motivation is really... If I'm not interested in something, I can't hyperfocus on it. If I'm not challenged by something, I cannot hyperfocus on it. If something isn't like urgent and due in 2 hours, I can't hyperfocus on something. So doing the same thing monotonously day in and day out, a standard 9 to 5, does not work for me. But also I'm not medicated, so maybe drugs. Maybe drugs will help. I bought this book called Unfuck Your Habitat. I don't remember where I saw it, probably like Tumblr back in the day. And I was like, oh, cool, I'm going to buy it. So I have a book. Do I know where it is? Nope. Did I get far in the book? Nope. But I bought it. I had intentions of unfucking my habitat. I listened to part of the audiobook. And I was like, yes, this is good. There's this thing called Swedish death cleaning, which is very similar to, what is it called? There's this thing called Swedish death cleaning, which is very similar to, I guess, spring cleaning. Do you guys know about that? What's the difference between Swedish death cleaning and spring cleaning? I remember hearing about it before, where it says you get into that flow state where a whole day can just disappear while you're focusing, right? 100%. Eric says that's depression. Yeah, like I think I'm maybe a high functioning espresso. I don't know. I'm self-diagnosing myself at this point. But yeah, Swedish death cleaning. I think you're supposed to maybe gradually get rid of your possessions. I don't know if it's like spring cleaning where it's like one day or one, week where you go through everything. I can't remember. I don't know. I should look it up. Let's see. Swedish death cleaning is the practice of gradually reducing your possessions as you get older so that your loved ones won't have to sort through everything after you die. Yo. It's not meant to be gloomy. The philosophy is more like keep what truly matters, let go of things you no longer use or love, organize important documents, share meaningful possessions with family and friends while you're alive so you can enjoy seeing them appreciated. Many people start in middle age or retirement, but you don't have to be elderly to do it. It's really about being intentional with your belongings. And spring cleaning, let's look that up, is more practical and seasonal. Traditionally, after a long winter, people would deep clean the house, wash the windows and walls, dust neglected areas, organize closets, throw away obvious junk. The focus is on making your home cleaner and fresher, not on reducing the number of possessions you leave behind. Ah. So spring cleaning is more for your house. Swedish death cleaning is more for your life or afterlife, like your family after you die. That's so cool. Bubbles, hey girl. Just saying hi before I get my groceries sorted. Hi. You get into that flow state. Yes. Squishy says constant underestimating is from planning bias. All humans simplify their projection of future efforts. If it is something you're familiar with, around 40% underestimate. Oh. That's when people estimate things they don't know how to do. They multiply by 2, then 2 again. Yes, that's 4, but it's separate thoughts. DCD for 3 minutes. DND? What's DCD? What's DCD? That's a beautiful thing to do for the people you leave behind. Yes, it is. Element. Yeah, you guys should look into it. Swedish death cleaning. Hell yeah, Swedish death cleaning. Great name for a very mental country. Y'all, I have been standing this whole time. I just realized. I put my standing desk up. I'm gonna put my desk down now. And let's have a seat. How long have I been standing? An hour and a half. Okay. Let's get comfortable. Why the Swiss always gotta have their own thing? Swedish death cleaning, Swedish meatballs. Yep, that's a lot. Those 2 things. Listen, we give names for people that doesn't actually exist. For example, Italian seasoning is not Italian. Because what do you mean? Italian seasoning is literally what? Just olive oil. I don't think they season with anything. And what else? French toast. A whole bunch of French fries. I don't think any of those are actually French. I could be wrong, but have you met the Swedes? You're probably not lazy. Some tasks take more effort for you than other people, 100%. So I wouldn't consider myself lazy, but I do consider myself inconsistent. I have like a bit of a perfectionist gene where I want to do things to the best of my ability, and sometimes I don't start or complete things if they are not to my liking. So for example, putting items in my shop, like crafted items in my shop, if I wouldn't like it for myself, I struggle selling it to somebody else. It feels unfinished, or it feels like it's not good enough. And so I would constantly undercharge, but I put so many hours into something and it's not good enough. I would rather trash it than try to sell it. And that's not a good thing, I guess. But at the same time, like I have a certain standard that I want things to be. And it really sucks putting out something that is substandard in my personal opinion. So I end up not doing things if I feel that they're not going to be good enough. And one of those things that I struggle with is in like voice acting and stuff. I would love to do voice acting. Have I ever had a class for voice acting? No. Have I ever taken an acting class? No. Which is why I don't feel like I can call myself a voice actor, because I've never actually done anything professional. What's stopping me? I don't know. Social anxiety? I don't know. a lot of things. But that's like my own personal struggle. And so one of these days I need to just be brave and do shit anyway. Put shit out even if it's not perfect. Like if you look at my YouTube channel now, that's the mindset that I have. But at the same time, shit is messy and I hate it. I hate that I'm into so many things and I can't just stick to one fucking thing. I wish I could stick to one game or two, like I'm open, if there was like, if someone came to my channel or someone asked, what is Mimi known for kind of thing. I don't know that I have a thing. I don't have a shtick. I don't have something that I'm always doing. And that is fucking frustrating. Sons of the Forest, when I think everybody's been playing already. I think for the past 2 or 3 days, I've seen people playing Sons. I've been too tired. Italian seasoning is not just olive oil, though. You're so right. But when you look at the ingredients of what's in Italian seasoning in America, it's 100% not what they do in Italy. So that's what I was trying to say. So apologies. I've never been to Italy. So, but that's another thing, which, fun fact, did you know there's a restaurant chain called Outback Steakhouse, and all of their commercials has an Australian voice. Are all the voice actors actually Australian? Probably not. But fun fact is that the creators, the owners, the founders of said chain restaurant have never been to Australia. So they're like, oh, put another shrimp on the barbie. And that's why when you go to Australia, everyone's like, it's prawn. Like, the dude's never been to fucking Australia, but then create a whole themed restaurant. So videos that would be interesting to watch is to watch Australians try Outback for the first time. They're like, oh, wow, this is good. We don't have anything like this in Australia, though, but this is good. As a kid, I used to think all the Outback locations made you fight kangaroos for your food. I have no idea where I got that from. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. But yeah, I used to love the Outback commercials. They're like, oh yeah, where's such and such? Yeah, you're going to make a right and then a right. Right? Right. So stupid. But yeah. They're not Australian. They've never been to Australia, but they've made the Outback Steakhouse. Perfectionism is a defense mechanism. You are trying to avoid criticism and negative by being flawless. Turns out other people are still abusive even if you did it perfectly. That is definitely part of it, Squishy. 100%. 100%. So I don't know if it's like a perfectionist gene or, again, trying to avoid, like, as a defense mechanism, like you said. Yeah. And I have so many projects that I've started and didn't complete for one reason or another. Either I'm no longer interested in it, or I've run into some sort of obstacle that is, for whatever reason, too overwhelming to try and get through. And again, I'm a hyper-focused kind of person. I want to sit and start something and do it till completion. I don't want to pause and check back on it later because it's not going to be the same. I'm not in the same mood. And I really do not like that about myself. But I was like that all throughout school. I never did homework at home. And I was a really good test taker. I did my homework in school. If I did not finish my homework at school, I did not bring it home and I didn't do my homework. That is a terrible practice method. I have horrible study habits. I never fully learned because I didn't bring work home with me. I know it's called homework, but I rarely brought it home with me. I did extracurricular activities after school. So I wasn't home a lot to begin with. But yeah, if I didn't finish it at school, it didn't get done. But thankfully, I wasn't an idiot. I'm far from the smartest person, but I wasn't an idiot, so I was able to do a lot of it, like in class. So I did fine in school, but it did not set me up to have good practices to go to college, because college is so different from high school, where you're essentially teaching yourself. Sure, you have an instructor, but they give you a textbook, they tell you what to do, and you come to class to ask questions, maybe. So, fight kangaroos for your food. Honestly, that sounds like a game. That's totally a game. Someone should make that. Someone should create that as a game. All right. I want to make a theme song for my channel with a kalimba now. I have no idea what it's going to be, but this is fun. Fuck. Fuck. I'm trying to be relaxing and get it. And I literally just started learning it. So I'm not mad at myself that I don't have it already. However, I do wish I was like an idiot savant where I could get it the first try. I didn't develop learning or studying as well as time management skill until failing college a few times. Yeah, I dropped out of college twice. I went for maybe a year and a half before dropping out, but I didn't drop out, I guess, properly, so I was still being charged. So I owed a lot of money for schooling that I did not do. But to be fair, I thought I'd ruined my life because I went to jail, and I don't know, I thought like this is going to be on my public record forever. I thought I genuinely ruined my life, even though I didn't really feel like I did anything super bad, but I was like, I'm a criminal now, mama. Mama, ooh, didn't mean to make you cry. Yeah. Carry on, 'cause nothing really matters. Who knows that song? Is this the real life? Is this just fantasy? Caught in a landslide. Hey, Bagman. No escape from reality. Is that the Mimi? Is that the Bagman? Oh my god. Oh my days. Yeah, we were just chilling. I was sharing some stories, talking about my struggles, sending cool thoughts to everyone who is melting in the world currently. I got a kalimba gifted to me from Nurse. She gifted me this kalimba, y'all. It's so cute. I think I might have exited the picture already. Give me 1 second. I will pull it up again. It's so cute. Isn't that just sweet? This Kalimba. I know. It's a star with holographic stars in it. So this picture's from when I just opened it. I saw like little hairs on it. I'm praying it's just like hairs from a brush that they were like brushing the dust off. But I saw some fingerprints on there, but they gave me a cleaning cloth, so I cleaned the shit out of this bad boy. This is not a traditional kalimba by any means. Traditionally, kalimbas are made out of wood and it's hollow inside to let the sound resonate. So this doesn't sound like a typical kalimba. It still functions as one, but it's a very different sound. So it's hollow, like imagine the body of a guitar, and instead of strings, you've got these little, I don't know what you would call these things. I don't know what these are, but kind of like a piano, how it hammers on the inside. Anyway, you get the idea. But yes, typically these are made out of wood, and it's like a wooden box with a hole in it, very much like a guitar. And you can get certain effects and certain sounds. So a wooden kalimba tends to sound a lot warmer. And the acrylic ones like this tend to sound brighter. Yeah. I do have a traditional kalimba in my house somewhere, but it's possible that it's been stolen. I haven't seen it in years, but also that's the object permanence. I'm really hoping it's somewhere. It's huge. Like, I mean, I think it's too big to lose. So I'm very confused as to where the fuck it could be. Like, I've looked for it multiple times over the years and I cannot find it. But guarantee, if I like Swedish death cleaned my place, if I did spring cleaning and genuinely tried to throw some of the stuff out that I've collected, I would probably find it somewhere. But I'm just gonna be so pissed off if it's somewhere where it's like it's been under my nose the whole time. I'm like, what? That's part of, I wonder if that's part of ADD, where something can be right in front of you and you can't see it because you've just gone blind to it. So very much like nose blind, if you go in your house and let's say someone used the bathroom, or maybe you have a dog or a cat that was like out in the rain and now they smell like wet dog, right? Or something. You smell it when you've been out for a while, but if you've been in your home, in your room, in your bathroom, whatever it is, if you've been there for a while, you go nose blind to it, you get used to it, you no longer smell it, right? But someone coming into your home for the first time, they get hit by the smell of whatever your house smells like. Whether maybe you're cooking something, it doesn't always have to be a bad smell. It could be a good smell. Maybe you're cooking something. Maybe you've got some lit candles, but you will not smell shit typically until you leave and come back. So for me, with the object permanence, I mean, those are two different things, but the object permanence is like, if it's not seen, it doesn't exist, you know? But going blind to something, like I could have something on my desk, like maybe let's say I have some things on my desk. I wouldn't consider my desk messy right now, but like let's say your desk is messy. Maybe you watched a movie and you ate a snack at your desk, and so you still have a plate or a bowl or a cup or something. Maybe your credit cards are on the table. Maybe your headphones and little gadgets and just things that you were messing around with at the desk, and it's starting to kind of pile up a little bit, and you're like, I should, organize my desk, but I don't know what to clean. I don't know what to do, even though it's staring right in front of you. All these things that you could put away. And for some people, like, they just become blind to it. So maybe that's part of like how hoarding can happen for some people. Like they don't see the mess. But I guarantee you'll suddenly feel like you have the messiest house when someone new is coming over. Like when someone who doesn't live with you has to come over, suddenly you could see all the shit that you couldn't see before. Well, what happened? How's my place so messy? If somebody rings the doorbell and you're like, what the, suddenly you feel naked. Like I need clothes. I need like, what? Everything is messy. So, like, it's the craziest sensation. It's the craziest phenomenon where I could feel so comfortable and feel like everything is totally fine, and then somebody comes over. Suddenly I'm looking down, I'm like, where did my clothes go? Why am I naked? Why is everything all over the floor? Why are my clothes not in the wash? Like suddenly you see everything that you need to do. It's so weird. Bagman says, to be honest, I always leave things in the most obvious place and ended up not looking at that obvious place. When you're looking for something, where they say, oh, the things that you're looking for are always in the last place that you look. Well, yeah, because why would you keep looking when you find it? But yes, that part. Okay, in a different way, Bagman, for me, it's like, if I only have two places that I keep something, let's say my keys, it's either like let's say in a dish or on a hook at the front door or in my purse, right? If it's not on that hook and if it's not in my purse, I have no fucking clue where to look. I have no idea where my keys could be. Those are the only places that I keep them. So when you break the autopilot, right? What do you mean? Where the fuck are my keys? They could literally be right in front of me, but it's not a place that I keep it. So I don't see it. It's super weird. But a lot of times when that happens, it's typically like maybe in my pocket, in my pants. Like let's say I didn't bring a purse this day. It's probably in my pants. I probably took my pants off and, it's like in my dirty hamper, dirty clothes or whatever you guys call it. And, but I don't think to look there because typically it should be in my purse or it should be on a hook by the door, So stressful. Now, when I start doing shit like some of my family friends, then I've got problems. I know somebody who left their keys in the fridge. I don't remember how this happened. They were definitely on autopilot. I don't know how you misplace your car keys or your house keys in the refrigerator. Make it make sense. But that just goes to show like you're not paying attention to something. And that reminds me of a no sleep story called Autopilot. Are you guys into no sleep? Did I tell you how I discovered no sleep? Basically, yeah. I was looking for like a chat room of some kind or like a place to hang out with other people who were night owls. So I was looking up like night owl, can't sleep kind of thing. And I found the subreddit called No Sleep. So I'm like, oh, great. These are other people who are just up at night and like not tired yet. Let me hang out. So I'm trying to look through these threads and all these stories, like the first story, I was like, damn, like, girl, like, that's crazy. And I'm thinking this story is literally happening to the author. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't remember what the very first story was, but I was like, damn, like, this girl has maybe a stalker or something. I'm like, that is wild. That's so crazy. So then I go to the next post And again, I'm thinking this is like a chat room or something for people to talk who just want to meet friends because they are night owls. But no, the subreddit for no sleep is very much like creepypasta, where it's supposed to be scary stories and stuff that they write. It's not like a hangout spot for night owls. I don't know how it took me a long time to realize that, but do you guys want me to read one of the stories? This was one of the first no sleep stories that I remember. This is now 14 years old. Jeez, but it's called Autopilot, and it reminded me of this. So, are you guys into no sleep? Telling the story is okay. I wonder if I should have anything in the background, like audio wise, or just you and me. Let me do a thing real quick. How does my audio sound, by the way? Let's put on noise suppression. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna read a story. And it's called Autopilot. Backrooms, lights, sound effects. Audio sounds good, thank you. Let me see. I don't know if that's a thing. Let me look that up. Let's see. YouTube. Backrooms. Okay, let's see. Oh my god, is Nurse live right now? Oh shit. Alright, I'm gonna read the story and then send you guys her away. Let's see. Alright. You gonna get your lights. Here we go. Can you hear it? This is your back rooms. And this is no sleep. The story is called Autopilot. Have you ever forgotten your phone? When did you realize you'd forgotten it? I'm guessing you didn't just smack your forehead and exclaim, "Damn," apropos of nothing. The realization probably didn't dawn on you spontaneously. More likely, you reached for your phone, pawing open your pocket or handbag, and were momentarily confused by it not being there. Then you did a mental restep of the morning's events. Shit. In my case, my phone's alarm woke me up as normal, but I realized the battery was lower than I expected. It was a new phone, and it had this annoying habit of leaving applications running that drained the battery overnight. So I put it on to charge while I showered, instead of into my bag like normal. It was a momentary slip from the routine, but that was all it took. Once in the shower, my brain got back into the routine. It follows every morning, and that was it. Forgotten. This wasn't just me being clumsy, as I later researched. This is a recognized brain function. Your brain doesn't just work on one level, it works on many. Like when you're walking somewhere, you think about your destination and avoiding hazards, but you don't need to think about keeping your legs moving properly. If you did, the entire world would turn into one massive, hilarious QWOP cosplay. I wasn't thinking about regulating my breathing. I was thinking whether I should grab a coffee on the drive to work. I did. I wasn't thinking about moving my breakfast through my intestines. I was wondering whether I'd finish on time to pick up my daughter Emily from nursery after work, or get stuck with another late fee. This is the thing. There's a level of your brain that just deals with routine, so that the rest of the brain can think about other things. Think about it. Think about your last commute. What did you actually remember? Little, if anything, probably. Most common journeys blur into one, and recalling any one in particular is significantly proven to be difficult. Do something often enough, and it becomes routine. Keep doing it, and it stops being processed by the thinking bit of the brain and gets relegated to a part of the brain dedicated to dealing with routine. Your brain keeps doing it without you thinking about it. Soon, you think about your routine to work as much as you do keeping your legs moving when you walk, as in not at all. Most people call it autopilot, but there's danger there. If you have a break in your routine, your ability to remember and account for the break is only as good as your ability to stop your brain going into routine mode. My ability to remember my phone being on the counter is only as reliable as my ability to stop my brain entering morning routine mode, which would dictate that my phone is actually in my bag. But I didn't stop my brain entering routine mode. I got in the shower as normal. Routine started. Exception forgotten. Autopilot engaged. My brain was back in the routine. I showered. I shaved. The radio forecast amazing weather. I gave Emily her breakfast and loaded her into the car. She was so adorable that morning. She complained about the bad sun in the morning blinding her, saying it stopped her having a little sleep on the way to nursery, and left. That was the routine. It didn't matter that my phone was on the counter charging silently. My brain was in the routine, and in the routine, my phone was in my bag. This is why I forgot my phone. Not clumsiness, not negligence, nothing more. My brain entering routine mode and overriding the exception. Autopilot engaged. I left for work. It's a sweltering hot day already. The bad sun had been burning since before my traitorously absent phone woke me. The steering wheel was burning hot to the touch when I sat down. I think I heard Emily shift over behind my driver's seat to get out of the glare, but I got to work, submitted the report, attended the morning meeting. It's not until I took a quick coffee break and reached for my phone that the illusion shattered. I did a mental restep. I remembered the dying battery. I remembered putting it on to charge. I remembered leaving it there. My phone was on the counter. Autopilot disengaged. Again, there lies the danger. Until you have that moment, the moment you reach for your phone and shatter the illusion, that part of the brain is still in routine mode. It has no reason to question the facts of the routine. That's why it's a routine. Attrition of repetition. It's not as if anyone could say, "Why didn't you remember your phone? Didn't it occur to you? How could you forget? You must be negligent." This is to miss the point. My brain was telling me the routine was completed as normal, despite the fact it wasn't. It wasn't that I forgot my phone. According to my brain, according to the routine, my phone was in my bag. Why would I question it? Why would I check? Why would I suddenly remember out of nowhere that my phone was on the counter? My brain was wired into the routine, and the routine was that my phone was in my bag. The day continued to bake. The morning haze gave way to the relentless fever heat of the afternoon. Tarmac bubbled. The direct beams of heat threatened to crack the pavement. People swamped coffees for iced smoothies. Jackets discarded, sleeves rolled up, ties loosened, bows mopped. The parks slowly filled with sunbathers and barbecues. Window frames threatened to warp. The thermometer continued to swell. Thank fuck the offices were air-conditioned. But, as ever, the furnace of the day gave way to a cooler evening. Another day, another dollar. Still cursing myself for forgetting my phone, I drove home. The day's heat had baked the inside of the car, releasing a horrible smell from somewhere. When I arrived on the driveway, the stones crunching comfortably under my tires. My wife greeted me at the door. Where's Emily? Fuck. As if the phone wasn't bad enough. After everything I'd left Emily at the fucking nursery after all, I immediately sped back to the nursery. I got to the door and started practicing my excuses, wondering vainly if I could charm my way out of late fees. I saw a piece of paper stuck to the door. Due to vandalism overnight, please use side door, today only. Overnight? What? The door was fine this morning. I froze. My knees shook. Vandals. A change in the routine. My phone was on the counter. I hadn't been here this morning. My phone was on the counter. I'd driven past because I was drinking my coffee. I'd not dropped off Emily. My phone was on the counter. She'd moved her seat. I hadn't seen her in the mirror. My phone was on the counter. She'd fallen asleep out of the bad sun. She didn't speak when I drove past her nursery. My phone was on the counter. She'd changed the routine. My phone was on the counter. She'd changed the routine and I'd forgotten to drop her off. My phone was on the counter. 9 hours. That car. That baking sun. No air. No water. No power. No help. That heat. A steering wheel too hot to touch. That smell. I walked to the car door. Numb. Shock. I opened the door. My phone was on the counter. And my daughter was dead. Autopilot disengaged. Sleep, baby. It's crazy. Are you guys okay? Are you okay? Yes, that was a creepypasta. Wasn't it? Oh man, the first time I read this story, I was like, holy shit. Yeah, it's pretty fucked up, but that's creepypasta. That's no sleep. And here's me thinking like this shit is real story. Oh my god. I thought these were real. I remember being so freaked out by this subreddit when I first discovered it because I was like, what is happening to people? Yep, go play Kalimba for Nurse. Yeah, I literally should have played Kalimba while I was reading the story. That would be insane. Like, imagine. It would sound so creepy. I think is that the next hobby? Playing Kalimba music in the background while reading creepypasta stories, making Kalimba like the creepiest instrument. Yeah. It feels real, doesn't it? I could see how this would freak you out. It did, because I thought it was real. I did not realize like this stuff was fiction. But then I did end up figuring it out. But oh my goodness. When you just stumble upon subreddit no sleep, yeah. What do you guys think of that story? Mimi's Kalimba catalog of stories. Okay. Can you sneak into her Discord and play without her noticing? Is she in Discord? What is she playing? Let's have a look, shall we? First look at new zombie game. Ooh.
And, a silencer straight off the bat. Nice.
Ooh.
Clothes. Nice. Metal armor. Very cool. Very cool. Can I craft myself a bag?
Ooh. She started 30 minutes ago. I enjoyed it. Didn't expect the end. Think that's part of a good creepypasta for sure. Yeah, yeah.
Hey, life skills.
For
Oh my God,
sure.
this game has life skills.
Okay, can I
You don't like
raid on
happy?
YouTube?
Exactly.
I know Nurse is able to send people,
Okay, survival
and she told me how to
expert.
do it,
Nice.
and I forgot
Hunting,
already.
first aid,
But
life skills,
let's
construction, cooking, tailoring,
try it.
metalworking, firearms. This seems
Let's
pretty in-depth.
try it. Go to my YouTube studio. Let's see. Content live. Can I do it from my live in the settings somehow, somewhere? How do I kick you guys out? Community moderation? Do you think it's that? Probably not. Settings. This is just settings. I don't understand. I don't know. I know how to do it on Twitch, but not sure on mobile. Let's see. Channel level settings, pop out dashboard, send feedback, overlay breaks. What's this? Set up an overlay for your breaks. This overlay will need to be integrated to your third-party encoder to work. The overlay will appear when ads aren't available. Huh. That's fucking interesting. Not what we're looking for, but that's interesting. Share, create highlight, add stream marker. Y'all, I don't know where it is. Stream help, stream settings. Nurse is smarter than me. Get shareable link, brainstorm video ideas, edit title and description. That's not what we want at all. Schedule stream. I don't know. How did she do this? I might not have permission to do it. So let's see. You can send your viewers to another live stream on YouTube using a feature called Live Redirect, okay? When your stream concludes, your viewers are automatically redirected to the destination of your choice. Okay, but how do I do it? Eligibility requirements. Okay, so I don't. You have to have at least 1,000 subscribers. Okay. Okay, so that's why I don't see it. So we're not stupid. We are just not able. Do you see a community tab on YouTube? I have a community tab. Not YouTube, not in YouTube Studio. Let's see. Yeah, no, I don't have enough. I'm not cool enough. I'm not turtly enough for the Turtle Club. Yeah. So one day we will have it. But today is not that day. Anyway, let's check out Nurse. I will link it and y'all can just click on it. One day. Yeah. One day we will get there. Thank you guys for hanging out with me and checking out my new Kalimba. Should we say a message to Nurse? Let's see. Maybe, I don't know, maybe Kalimba raid or some shit. Anyway, thank you guys so much for hanging out. I hope you enjoy your Monday. I'm going to get ready to go see my grams. And I'm going to have Nurse in the background. Let's raid her on Twitch, though. Y'all want to get in my Twitch real quick? Let's see. Oh, wow. We have a decent... I have a cute little raid here. Nurse VO. Let's go. Alrighty, I will see you guys when I see you. We got some interesting things happening this week, so you will see me again this week. I don't know how much I can say, but be on the lookout. All right, y'all. Have a good one. Bye.